Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Amanda. I hope you're all doing well, and in this video we're going to have a little look at going with the flow of things. So when we hear the term going with the flow of things, it is, from my own interpretation anyway, the definition of surrender is the first one that would come up. Now, when we think of surrender, we do think of ease, we think of relax, we think of letting go, and it feels more light in its presence when we think of that word. However, when we are going with the flow of things, there can be an element of anxiousness and stress that comes up because we are stepping into a new identity, behaving in a new way that we have previously behaved, and we're stepping into an unknown when we are just trusting ourselves and our decisions. And there can cause a little bit of anxiousness in this way. Sometimes, not all the time, it really depends on where we are on our belief system. But if this actually arises, know that it's a physical experience. It's just your body that's stepping out into the unknown, and so obviously it goes into that fight or flight mode. Now, in those moments, we self-regulate, we do breath work, we do meditations, but we know all that when we're self-regulating our nervous system anyway. But in those moments, we always have the choice, we have the freedom to choose. And if we have the freedom to choose in those moments that we are feeling anxious and stressed, we have an opportunity there to actually ask ourselves, what is it in my belief system that is causing me to feel this way? Because I have decided that I am, let's say, for example, you're changing your career and you've decided to go down a different path, and it's an unknown because maybe you have worked a certain way before, you've fallen into the societal system of how you work or where you work, the corporate organization. And let's say, for example, you have decided that you want to go a different way now, you want to follow your passion and you want to go down this other career. So when you take this chance on yourself, it is courageous. It also may cause anxiety and stress because we are human, and obviously along our life journey we're going to experience moments of anxiety and stress. But this is the point then, when we are in that moment, is to ask ourselves what it is that is causing us to feel like that. So in the moment that we actually identify that, okay, I'm feeling a little anxious because I'm stepping outside of my comfort zone. But then you ask yourself, why am I stepping outside of my comfort zone? And then you say, I'm stepping outside of my comfort zone because I'm going to follow my passion now down my career. You are following your passion because you feel happy to do so. You feel more thrilled and you feel more fulfilled and you feel more excited about what is going to unfold as you follow your passion in your career or any area of your life, that you are willing to overcome any kind of feelings of anxiety, because you know that as you continue to step outside of your comfort zone, you're still going to feel more energized in your way of being, but you're also going to start to incorporate more confidence in your way of being, because you're standing up to the old story and saying, no, I'm choosing to be this new identity now, and I'm going to follow my passion no matter how I am feeling. So if I am feeling anxious and feeling stressed, I'll do breath work. I'll ask myself why I am feeling it in the moment. And if there is something that you know is, let's say, for example, it's just a belief that you're standing outside of your comfort zone and that is why you are feeling it, then you are able to kind of move forward, and you know that you are choosing in that moment in time to either feel anxious about it, feel stressed about it, and not go down the path of what it is that you want, or you're choosing to actually identify what it is that you are not believing about yourself maybe in the moment, or choosing to identify what is actually going on in that moment, and you're still going to overcome that and go down your passion because you know that is where you want to go. So I wanted to talk about it in going with the flow of things, because when we choose to go with the flow of things, it is a matter of surrendering, but it's also an understanding that there is courage to let go. And when we are manifesting desires into our experience. And we are, let's say we're using affirmations, let's say we are visualization, and we're doing all of these things. And I am somebody who would use affirmations, and I keep my thoughts on affirmations all day, every day, if I feel like that is what I want to do. And so it's not that I'm knocking down anything that you have to let go. It's actually quite the opposite. What I'm trying to say is, when you saturate your mind so much with what it is that you are desiring to create, that the surrendering and the letting go process is actually you behaving in the way, allowing your body and mind to behave in the way that is saying, yes, I am this new identity now. So if we look, for example, that we are, let's say, for example, you're manifesting a specific person or a new person or money or house, whatever it is that you're doing, and you're in this old story. You saturate your mind with the new story, but you also have the courage to let go of the old story, meaning that if there is a specific way that things are right now, there has to be a certain level of courage to not give it any attention and to continue saturating your mind with this new story. And with courage can come uneasy feelings in the body. But the more that we step up to the anxious feelings, the more that we identify the limiting beliefs that are holding us back in these old feelings, we are actually becoming more confident in our mind and body, and we are behaving more courageous. And then we start to take more risks that lead us down into this synchronized path. And that is how then we kind of end up in this going with the flow kind of way of being. It's the surrendering of the new or of the old story. And as we surrender the old story, sometimes, for depending on where you are on your belief system, it can take a little bit of time because it causes a little bit of courage within ourselves. But I want to say that time in itself is actually, we could say that it is an illusion, because everything always unfolds in the perfect time. And if you ever, even if you have a trouble to kind of gather your thoughts around this concept, if you ever look back at things that always worked out for you, you will notice that any time that it took to get there, you needed that time to actually experience what it is that you want. Anytime that I had wanted to create something or manifest something into my reality, and I look back on things, I realized that anything that took a bit of time, I realized that I needed that to learn this, I needed that to know that. And when I see that, I realize that it's all actually happening in the moment, right here, right now, and that there is no time, because everything that happens is happening to make us stronger, build our confidence, and actually causes us to become more courageous in our way of being, which is leading us home to our authentic self, in becoming more authentic with ourselves, with who we are and who we are becoming. And so going with the flow of things is actually it's a courageous process, because we're allowing ourselves to surrender to the unknown, to the ways of not, to the way that we are not allowing ourselves to go back to the past, where we maybe have took action and everything to manipulate things to go a certain way. Rather, we are actually being more courageous, more confident in our way of being, by allowing ourselves to surrender to that old way and know that there is an easier way to do it, you could say, by going with the flow, but also that we know that we will find ourselves in the easier ways through the synchronicities of being in the right place at the right time, talking to the right people at the right time, knowing what to do, when to do it, and how to do it, because we are becoming more courageous. It's like when you think of a butterfly and you think about the process of the caterpillar turning into the butterfly. It's nearly like the same kind of thing when you're on a self-development kind of or personal development way, because you are, each day you are deciding to tell yourself this new story, but it's courageous to do so because you are telling yourself a new story that is maybe unseen yet. But as you continue to do this and you are feeding your subconscious mind, it's nearly like you are teaching your subconscious mind this new identity. And as you are teaching it, you start to become it. You start to behave in ways that allow for things to unfold in the most fantastic way that you may not have even comprehended, but you knew that you were keeping your mind on this thing that you wanted to create in your life. And then you find yourself in the experience, and then you look back, maybe with wonder, and you think, yes, I needed that time to get to this place, I needed that time to get to that place, and everything was unfolding even without me unknowing, at the right place at the right time, because everything is perfect and time is right here, right now, in this present moment. It's all where it is. And so as we continue to follow our joy on a day-to-day basis as well, where we actually allow ourselves to actually ask ourselves in the moment to make the choice. So let's say, for example, and this can be anything, let's say for example it can be, okay, so I have to either clean the house, or I have to maybe I have to clean the house, or I have to get this project in by whatever time it is, and I have to do both, and I don't know which one I have to do now in the moment. But you can take your self in the moment, and you can say, okay, well, first of all, this project has to get in at a certain amount of time. Okay, so I can leave it now, and I could clean the house, and then by the time I sit down, I can get the project in on time. But maybe when I'm cleaning the house, I'm actually too stressed because all I keep thinking about is this project that I have to get in on time this evening. There's a deadline. So really, actually, you know what, I think it's actually going to cause me more fun to actually get this project done and then clean the house. And then you actually feel yourself surrendering, and in that moment you're thinking to yourself, well, I chose to actually get the project in on time, so really there's nobody telling me that I have to get this project in at a deadline, because I'm choosing it myself. And then as you understand, then as you continue to do these things, and this can be anything, it can be even, I have to get this project in on time, but I really feel like going to the beach right now, and I think I'd enjoy going to the beach. Yeah, my excitement is to go to the beach. But then maybe you're thinking, oh, well, if I'm at the beach and I'm all I keep thinking about is getting this project in on time, maybe the beach can wait till after I get the project in. And then again, you know that you are choosing to do what it is that you do, and then you enjoy the things you are doing much more in the moment, because you know that it's not forced upon you. You know that you actually took the choice to do what it is that you wanted to do in that moment, if that made sense. So I just wanted to make a video on that. If you have any questions, you can comment down below, and thank you so much for your likes, comments and subscribes, and I will chat to you soon.